All right, red meat gives you diabetes, right? So this is, if you would have paid attention to the latest headlines, a new study from Harvard University comes out showing that eating, 2 servings of red meat per week is associated with higher rates of diabetes. And what happens with this study? Well, it gets national headlines. It's on the front page of every major media outlet. You've probably already heard of it. If you haven't, you will hear of it. This is typically what we see. We contrast that to not long ago, a study from Harvard University showed people going on basically an all-meat carnivore diet reverse their diabetes. Did that get national headlines? Was that on the front page of every major news media outlet? Of course it wasn't, because we have this narrative-driven, belief around nutrition that we're going to, everybody's going to be eating the damn bugs and the soy and all other crap. And so if we look at, first of all, the author, one of the major authors, Walter Willett, he has numerous conflicts of interest, which are of course not declared, but he is, basically financially benefiting from this push towards, grain-based, peas and nuts type of diet. He gets funding from those places and has, like I said, commercial interest in that type of diet being popularized, right? And so if we look at the study, again, it's epidemiology. So what do? They ask a bunch of people, what do you think you remember you ate over a period of time, whatever it might be. Of course, that is always inaccurate. It's always inaccurate data. That's undeniable. Of course, there's all the potential confounders. Processed meat, larger effect than unprocessed meat. What is it about processed meat? Well, it's got other stuff in it that's not meat, right? So that has a larger effect potentially. What is unprocessed meat? Well, it could be a hamburger from McDonald's with your Coca-Cola and your French fries and the bun and the disgusting sauces they put on there. Sugar-based, seed oil-based sauces. So, and then the confounders. What else were they eating? Well, how much exercise? And they say, well, we do a multivariate analysis and we account for that. Well, do they really? Do they account for it accurately? How do we even know it's accurate? What percentage of an impact is exercise? Is it 12%? Is it 16%? Is it 19%? They just kind of make that stuff up, based on best guesses. So again, guess plus guess plus guess gives us outcome. We write a big headline, and of course, in that article, the appeal to the climate, right? Oh, we're going to save the planet by having people stop eating meat and eating friggin' insects or whatever the hell they want us to eat. More of the same stuff, and yet I see literally every single day people going on damn near exclusive red meat diets, and their diabetes goes away. How does something that cures something also be the cause of it? It makes no sense. It's illogical. It's absolute nonsense. I'm going to interview, just in a few hours, I'm going to interview a gal who literally has lost 450 pounds in a relatively short period of time by going carnivore. And guess what happened to her diabetes? As you might expect, it got better and went away. Anyway, this is it. You guys can see them. You can watch that in real time. They have a narrative, right? This is what gets headlines, and a lot of people will be influenced by that. You guys won't, fortunately. But we have to counter that narrative. We have to get out the information. If you want to test if red meat causes diabetes, go on a carnivore diet and see what happens to your diabetes. And I will be very, very surprised if it doesn't get better. If it doesn't allow you to reduce medication, see improvements in A1C. So how can something that literally reverses diabetes at the same time be the cause of diabetes? It's absolutely nonsense. It's the typical stuff we see. We had a huge article came out last year. Red meat is not a problem. All these previous studies were based on bad science, shoddy science. And so what do? We make more bad, shoddy science. It's like they don't learn the lesson. They're just going to keep producing this because this is what their sponsors are paying them for, right? So, shoddy science, garbage, ignore. Listen to what actually happens in reality in your life, not what Harvard wants you to know, or the New York Times wants you to know, or somebody else who wants you to basically be a, forever serf, right? We want you guys just to shut up, keep grazing, keep consuming our products while we and be happy with less while we enjoy the spoils of your misery. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think? What's been your experience with red meat and diabetes? You know, just to see, because I suspect maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, right? I will talk to you soon.